I don't like that.
That's smoke, Janie. It's just a fire.
Jesus Christ. Oh, no, that ain't just smoke, dude. That's a mushroom cloud. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Okay, I've told you guys, I really enjoy these interview shows, interviewing people on the streets or like Charlie Kirk does, setting up a booth and having debates with people or whatever the case may be. I love a good debate myself. The golden rule, to me, certainly of any debate and of even having an conversation or an argument with someone is don't dive into it if you don't know what you're talking about, because you're going to make yourself look stupid. I mean, and why would you have such strong emotions about something that you don't even understand? I can understand having those strong emotions, but then wouldn't you want to learn everything about that issue of which you have such strong emotions so you can make your case intelligently for whatever outcome it is you would like to see? And all too often, you see things just like what happens with this girl here. This is horrifically cringe. Now, I'm pro Second Amendment because that's what this conversation is about. And I love to have debate about it. We've done it many times in live streams here. And to you guys' credit, for the most part, the people who have come to our streams who are on the opposite side of the fence on me on anything are typically pretty intelligent. Every once in a while, you get the ones who just come in spewing, "Oh, I hate you," or just if it's political, "Orange man bad," and then they leave. But for the most part, we get people that can state their case rather well, and I enjoy that. There's nothing better than a great debate. And you guys have heard me on many occasions when a topic's brought up, I'll say, okay, this is what I think, but to be honest with you, I don't really know much about it. I'm not gonna make myself look any dumber than I am by pretending to know more about a subject than I do, but it doesn't seem to be something that a lot of people cling to. But
I would say
watch
that
this.
college students can like make their own decisions, right?
Well,
So this guy just told the
I think I said this is from Liberty Hangout.
Over.
Run her over.
That's how
That just makes you kind of a douchebag. I don't like that person. Let's. I don't like that person. Let's see them get injured seriously.
tolerant they are. So a picture uploaded that someone doesn't want, that's not okay. But are you going to
You're
disavow that?
kind of.
That's not okay?
You're kind of a dork, dude. Yeah, seriously. You're not anybody to be taken. You're not anybody to be taken seriously.
Do you think that's
Oh,
okay?
you know what? One of these days, we're going to do one of these videos, and I'm going to show just insane levels of professionalism and move my dumb big ass head out of the way before I start playing the video. This will be like a thing. Let's keep track of what percentage of the time I make these videos look professional and do things right. It's going to be low.
well, that's not okay. Oh,
Yes, I can.
you laugh.
Yes, I can. And watch me. Go to Liberty Hangout because where's an officer?
What's he saying? She can't use that.
But no, that's not okay.
Tell him that's not okay? Do you think that's okay?
I mean, she is a bitch, but no, that's not okay. Oh,
Yes, I can.
you laugh.
He's doing the same thing. You can't use the face of that other woman in there. Yes, you can. You're out in public. Don't talk about shit if you have no idea what you're talking about. Doofus. He's a goofy looking bat. That stuff just irritates the shit out of me right away. Okay, hit her. And you can't use that footage. Of course you can.
Yes, I can.
What
And
the hell are you
watch me. Go
talking
to
about?
Liberty Hangout because where's an officer?
Inside the building.
Yeah, go get him.
Also, excuse
Yeah,
me, since
yeah.
you're so big on
Go get
asking
'em.
questions, I have a question for you.
Now this is what's important. This girl came up to her, the host, Caitlin, I forgot her name, Caitlin Bennett, came up to her.
What would you tell?
Why would you come up to
a
someone unless you
Sandy Hook
felt
parent? Look them in the
confident
eye, and what would you
in what you have to
I
say?
tell them I'm sorry for their loss.
5-year-old needs to have an AR-15 in the classroom to defend themselves.
That's not what I said at all. No, you're putting words in my mouth.
I
She-
know I'm
she
not.
told you what
I didn't
she would
say
tell
you
them.
Said that. No.
No, I wouldn't say that at all. I say sorry for your loss.
Oh, but why? How would you explain to them why you should have an assault rifle?
What is an assault rifle?
Here we go. Now again, your words, assault rifle. You want to have this debate. You came over and engaged the debate, and you want to make it about assault rifles. Why would you need one?
Big ass gun that you shouldn't have.
What is the definition of an assault rifle? If you're going to tell me I don't need something, you better have the definition.
Right.
Well, is that how it works?
Yeah, that's how it works. If you want to have a debate about something, you're supposed to know what the words you say mean.
What is an assault rifle?
It's a. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the exact
Well, let's
dictionary
talk.
definition.
Let's
No,
talk about
no,
what.
No.
So
He's going to tell me.
why do you have to have an assault rifle, but I don't even know what one is? So you couldn't identify one anyway. Is it the scariest looking ones? Do we just do it by aesthetics? If it looks scary enough, it's got to be an assault rifle.
And yell at me and not have a conversation. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what an assault rifle is.
Fine, then let's have a fucking conversation.
Right, now that we've broken that barrier, an assault rifle is actually the
an-
definition by the
it's an
government
automatic
is a
weapon.
machine gun. Something
Right.
that you hold down and the bullets just go through the mag, whatever it is that you have in the drum mag. just
One
feeds it
pull of
all
the
through
trigger
one
feeds.
pull of the trigger.
I apologize,
Okay,
but
those are banned in America. Those are already banned. Those aren't being used in mass shootings.
Yeah.
Those aren't being used for a majority of mass shootings. Actually, handguns are. Handguns are responsible for 80% of the mass shootings.
And she's right, because what she's saying is the way that those stats are generally compiled, I forgot if it's 3 or 4 more deaths in the shooting, and the vast majority of those occur on the streets, street gangs, things of that nature. It's mostly inner city stuff. And of course, for the most part, they're carrying around handguns.
This country. Why aren't you focused on those?
well, quite frankly, I don't know the difference between guns because I'm not some gun-obsessed balloon like you are, honey.
So you just decide to start being snarky because you just outed yourself as wanting to engage a conversation about which you know nothing.
Yeah.
No, it's important to know.
It hurt my
what things
fifis,
are
so-
causing which casualties if you want to ban them. My handgun is
I
for
never
my
said I wanted to
self-defense.
ban them.
Okay,
I
you're
don't
right.
have
I
an
put
issue
words
with
in your
someone
mouth.
having a little gun for self-defense, but I have an issue with the bigger ones.
Why?
So you think it's the size of the gun that determines the amount of damage can be done. And this is why you can't have conversation about this, because so many people believe these things. And they'll say, just like she did, well, no, I'm not saying you should ban all guns. Well, which ones exactly and why? I don't know. Because I heard somebody say assault weapon. It sounded like scary words.
Because it's ridiculous.
Why?
You don't need an AK-47
Why?
to defend your fucking house.
Why?
Because you don't need that.
That's not an
It
argument.
doesn't.
Fucking war zone.
It's not an
All
argument.
right, leave me the fuck alone. Don't fuck.
It's right. What? And who was talking about AK-47s? She's thinking of AR-15s. That's the boogeyman gun to most
You
people.
came up to me, and now you're mad because you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, my brother and my dad are in the United States Marines.
It's not an argument.
And they don't think you need
That's
some
not an
bigger-
argument.
So,
Their opinions
doesn't-
don't
What
matter.
you think is an
What you said so far, you haven't been right about anything. I don't trust that you're even telling the truth about your dad and your brother.
Okay, well then why'd you come up to me?
because you're a bitch. That's
Ah.
why.
You surround yourself
So when you see a bitch, your natural instinct is to approach her.
Put it on your fucking YouTube channel.
We will. Check it out at Liberty
Liberal girl
Hangout.
goes crazy at stupid conservative girl.
That's a good title. Okay, so make sure you guys subscribe to the channel right here so we can keep
So
coming out here and exposing crazy
so
liberal girls going crazy on conservatives. So they're
why would you do that to yourself? You just engage the conversation, a debate that you have absolutely no knowledge of, so no option other than to make yourself look stupid. And as far as what she asked, my take on it, it doesn't matter what you do, especially nowadays with guns. You're not going to solve the crisis by removing the object. First of all, there's over 400 million guns in circulation in America. Even if somehow you ban all of them today, they'll come across the border easily. And that's never going to be a solution. My issue with it is being an old fart. I remember when I was in school, when I was in junior high and high school, guns were everywhere. We went to school in a rural setting, and most of the upperclassmen had pickup trucks, and they had guns in the gun rack in their back window. Trucks were unlocked. Kids would get a new hunting rifle or something for Christmas and bring it into school to show everybody. And nobody freaked out. Teachers would be able to go, oh, this is awesome. This is great. I did a report, and you had to do an oral report in, I think it was 8th, 9th grade English, on how to do something. So I did a report on how to care for a rifle, brought the gun in, and nobody was shooting up schools. So it's not availability. It's not ease of access that makes kids or people want to go out and take the lives of a bunch of other people. There's something else going on. There's a lot, for me, I think a lot of it has to do with the way society in general has changed, the prevalence of, and I'm not an anti-medication guy, don't get me wrong. I'm big on tech, and I'm big on advances in medicine, but I think people get over-medicated a lot now. But I just think it's a societal difference in the way the basic family structure is in America anymore. And there's a lot of reasons why that has changed, broken down, however you want to put it. But I don't think you're going to make even a dent in things with gun laws, because the people who want to do these things are not going to be, they're not going to be dissuaded from doing so. If you're twisted enough that you want to take a lot of lives, you're not going to go, you know what? That's right. I had the gun here, but they said I had to turn it in. All right, I'm just gonna go watch The Simpsons instead. It's not how. I don't think that's how it's gonna work. That crown's gonna sting.
Daddy, please! A crown for a king.
Ugh.